This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another episode of Performance Gears, where today we're looking at the first 5 things you need to do when you get a new pair of shoes. Now, this is for any athletic pair you have. So if you're a runner, volleyball player, basketball, whatever have you, these are the 5 things you want to do when you get your first pair. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I just got a new pair, so I'm going to be going over with you what I do when I first get a pair of shoes in. So we can take a look here. And I was fortunate enough to get these at a pretty good price. So these are the Heritage N7 basketball shoes. And as you can tell, they are factory lace. This is what's known as being dead stock. And yeah, I'm excited I got these. Been looking for these for a while at the price I wanted them at. So shout out to Nike Outlet. I was able to get these for about 65 bucks, half off, and there's a lot of good things. Let me know if you want me to do a review on these. But for all my runners out there, athletes, what do? You first get a pair of shoes. Well, obviously, let's take out the packaging. Now, a little tidbit. Try and keep these if you can. This is going to help maintain the shape of the foot. I actually do have shoe horns that I use for some of the shoes that I don't think will maintain the shape. So using a shoe horn, if possible, does help. I wouldn't say it's needed, so it's not in the top 5, but take that as you will. All right, the first thing you're going to notice is how it's laced. Factory laces are something that are never quite done for how you should lace your shoes, so that's something you do want to keep in mind, and that's going to be step 2. But first thing I do on every shoe is I remove the insole. So let's take it out here. So there's a couple reasons you want to remove the insole. One, a lot of insoles do come with a glue on the bottom, and we'll take a look at one I removed here shortly. And I don't know if you guys can tell, it kind of has all that sticky stuff there on the bottom, on the top there, so it was kind of hard to take out. That was for another pair. So this pair actually didn't have anything sticky. This is pretty unique. I haven't seen this from Nike before. Very cool. So that's a different insole. So one, take them out just to see what you got. Sometimes you get really cheap insoles like this. You guys take a look. I have an old one here. And those lines, and hopefully you guys can see that, are usually where the adhesive is. So something like this is actually decently thick, but overall it's pretty cheap, nothing special there. This actually has a little bit of density to it, so I'm surprised. This is really nice. So one, take it out, see what you got, if it's really thin, if it's really thick, if it's something you want to use or not. 2, because of that adhesive I just showed you, a lot of times if you don't take it out initially, it's almost impossible to take it out later without completely destroying it. So taking it out is going to give you the ability to at least remove it later if you need to, if you're putting a custom orthotic in, or if you just want to replace for something more comfortable. So removing that initially is going to alleviate any kind of pains in the future. A lot of times when guys actually get different insoles, or ladies, they can't take out their factory insole because they've never removed it before. So that's something to keep in mind. The second, or I guess a third thing, so now they're looking to see what you have, you want to make sure you have that glue, is the third reason is obviously if it's a cool insole. So this is one that Adidas has had. It has the Marvel logo. This is something that I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to wear that out. So some of the cooler logos I'll take out and maybe I'll put back in sparingly, but this is something that to me as a collector is just a little bit neater. That's something I don't think a lot of athletes need to do. Same thing with this as an N7. I don't know if I want to keep that or not, but at least it gives me that choice of, hey, do I want to save this? And the fourth reason to take out your insole is obviously to replace it. So this video is sponsored by our Sneaker Gears Velocity insoles. Our Velocity Raptor insole is actually going to be a little bit thinner than our first release. So that little 2mm difference allows it to fit in a variety of shoes. This actually does mold to your foot, which is really cool when you take it out and you start to see how your arch is developed. So something like this is going to add a lot of cushion, and that's for any insole that you're putting in. Being able to take out the factory insole and then put whatever you need in there is going to make a big difference for your shoe and personalizing it. Number 2, and we kind of teased it, is the laces. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into that. You want to lace your shoes how you need to lace them. Too many people that I see all the time. Literally grab the shoes, put them on as fast as they can, and you're excited. I understand that, but you want to be able to lace these up, and I'm actually gonna do it right here how you want. Now looking at these actually do look pretty straightforward. I generally do like to go to the top lace hole, so I'm actually gonna do that right here on camera, so that way when I'm putting it on, it's not twice as hard because I'm trying to figure it out. So let's put these in. And that's going to be pretty easy for this pair, which I do appreciate. But relacing your shoes, putting in the lace holes that you want, if there's any adjustability, is going to make a big difference. And the same thing, I do like to make sure we can loosen these all the way, so when you put it on, it's easier to get on, and then you can adjust that fit as needed. So this is something that some shoe stores, a lot of running stores, will try to do for you, where they'll lace it and they'll try to unloosen all of them, so when you put it on, you have a better fit, or you have a better opportunity to get a good fit. Another trick is changing the look of a shoe. So this pair, I've actually put black laces in here where it came with white, and it, for me, really changes the look of a shoe. So relacing the shoes is something you can do that's very quick. You can adjust the fit, adjust the look, and it's something that it takes a little bit of time. So put that little extra effort and it'll go a long way. All right, number 3. So we've taken out the insole, we put the one we want in there. We've relaced this, is ready to go. The third thing I would recommend, and especially for any athletes out there, is put the shoe on. Try to break it in a little bit beforehand, before going on your run, before taking it to the court. Walk around in your house. Generally, this is a brand new pair of shoes. I'm okay walking in my house just because this hasn't had any dirt yet. I live in a household with my beautiful Filipino wife where we take off our shoes. So this is something I can walk around in. Same thing, if you have a pair of shoes you just got, running pair, walk in them casually, break them in just a little bit. That 20, 30 minutes, an hour of wear can go a long way of having it just mold to your foot without you doing it under duress when you're on your run, when you're on the court, and all of a sudden you have discomfort, you have to stop. It's just not a great experience. So if you can, break the shoe in just a little bit beforehand. Now, one of the tricks I use that maybe everyone can't use is I generally take my shoes to the sauna. So at our local kind of 24-hour gyms, many of them do have saunas, and I will wear my shoes with me, specifically the ones I want to break in, just because that heat, it accelerates the process a little bit where it starts to mold to your foot. Now, depending on the materials you have, on the type of shoe you're buying, a lot of shoes don't need much of a break-in process, but the opposite side of it is there's a lot of shoes coming out today that still do need it. That doesn't mean they're a bad shoe, but it does mean something you do want to pay attention to. Something like the new Curry 7, which is a $140 shoe, is actually really plasticky and very hard, and did take quite a while to break in, even though this is a modern new shoe in 2019 and the shoe he's going to be wearing through 2020. Something like this with leather is something that, again, this is more traditional. It's a thicker cut. This is going to take some molding and some time to break in before I can really appreciate it. So if you have a shoe that's a knit or kind of an open mesh, that's not as much of a worry, but still do a little bit of break-in process before you take it with you. Number 4, and something I recommend to everybody just to make your shoes last a little bit longer, and that is spraying your shoes with some kind of protective spray. Now, I prefer Crep Protect. Don't have a sponsorship yet. Guys, if you're watching, send some your way. But any of the other brands, I can't vouch for how well they work, but some kind of spray. Spray your shoes down. It's going to make them a little bit waterproof. It's going to help dirt not stick to it as much. So however you're using it, it's just going to extend the life of the shoe that much more. So get some kind of spray, whatever it costs, 10 bucks, 15 bucks, and that's going to extend the life of your shoe quite a bit and just protect your new kicks. So even if you are a runner, a basketball player, using it just for that purpose, you still want them to look good. You look good, you feel good, hopefully you perform well. All right, number 5, and this is last on the list. You're about to go to your practice, to your training. You're going to the track, you're going to the courts. You have your new pair of kicks with you, all right? You throw those in the bag. Please, it's number 5, take a second pair with you. You don't know how they're going to perform. You've tried them on in store. You've broken them in. Hopefully you bought them after doing some research, watching a review, and you will enjoy them. You know, you've tried them on and they fit, but at the end of the day, you're not sure how they're going to perform. Always have a second pair you can bring with you just in case. If you don't need to wear them, that's great, but you want to have a second pair with you that you know is going to perform well, and this comes in all walks of life. There's plenty of reviewers, especially for running shoes, where I'll have you'll read it saying, hey, I had to change pair halfway through the run because I was getting a blister, or because the shoe wasn't broken in, my foot was too wide. Same thing, a lot of hoopers, they'll bring 3-4 pairs. Generally, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll bring 4-5 pairs with me, and that's just because I'm not sure how the shoe is going to perform. If it needs a break-in process, those Curry 7s I was just talking about, these guys took about 2 hours of break-in, so my first 30 minutes of wear were super painful. I couldn't wait to take them off. Now that they've broken in, they're much better. That being said, if I didn't have a second pair, I would really have a miserable night, and I would start to hate that pair, and that's not fair to the shoe you just got if it does need a break-in process. So bring 2 pairs with you. That's going to go a long way. Whatever your second pair is, whether it's the one you're used to, whether it's an older pair, just in case. Ideally, you don't need it, but you don't know. So especially that first run, that first practice, have it with you just in case. Guys, girls, it is Christmas time, so hopefully you will be getting your own new pair of shoes here from your loved ones, from yourself. It's a great time of year with all the discounts. So with all those new shoes coming in, I hope this video helps you out, where you know the things you should be doing. And a lot of these steps are simple and they're easy to skip. So stay on point, bring that extra pair, take out the insoles, relace them, spray them and protect them, and make sure you're wearing them around to break in a little bit beforehand, just so you can enjoy the full experience of the new shoes you just got. Guys, girls, this is Levi with Sneaker Ears. Really appreciate you, and I'll come at you later.